Well, good evening. I hope you're having a great night tonight. I am going to be discussing my second conversation with my mentor, Danny Schaffner. This week we focused on the spiritual discipline of confession. Um, was a very tough conversation this week. He just opened up about so many great things that he's learned about confession and this discipline of confessing. Um, I found out just really through our conversation and through studying in Foster's book that um, I struggle with a sense of intimacy. Um, I always feel like I'm an open book that I'll share with anybody, anything that I have going on in my life. But I'm finding that that is kind of a front for really revealing who I am, and it's a front for um, not really exposing um, the real Adam. And so I think that's why I've struggled so much with confession and authentic confession because I'm scared to get to that place of intimacy with somebody. And Richard Foster says in his book, in this experience of opening ourselves to the gaze of God, we must be prepared to deal with definite sins. A generalized confession may save us from humiliation and shame, but it will not ignite inner healing. The people who came to Jesus came with obvious, specific sins, and they were forgiven for each one. And I think that's something I struggle with a lot is I'm afraid of the humiliation and I'm afraid of the shame that comes with authentic confession. And I think as someone who is in full time ministry, I struggle with figuring out who that person is that I can go to and share those dark, deep secrets of my heart. You know, just because I'm in ministry and I'm a pastor doesn't mean that I don't have areas of my life that I struggle with. Like there's dark stuff of my past. There's dark stuff of my thought life now and who I am now. There's a dark side, and I acknowledge my dark side, but it's hard for me to figure out who to go to and confess that to. And so Danny had some great advice on that and about and he offered to be a person that I could go to on that. And so um, intimacy, struggling with intimacy, and then the act of confession was a major theme in our conversations this week. And it's something that I'm going to continue to work on. I know I'm going to have problems, or I know it's something I'm going to have to be working on for a while. But it was very good to have a very honest, honest conversation about confession. And I think if I can really work on this intimacy piece, it will help me get to confession. So that's all for this week, and I will see you next time.